episode. Robbie, let's jump right into it. What was it like last night? Give me the environment. What was it like?
It was incredible. Like, truly, it was my third Foo Fighters show. I'm obviously a huge Foo Fighters fan, like lifelong since I was super little. And as soon as I saw the advertisement outside MSG, I was like, I have to be there, no matter what. I posted the GIF of the guy from the Firefest doc where he was like, "Listen, I'll suck your penis if you give me a bottle of water right now." Like, I would have done anything to get into this show, right? And I'm like, what the fuck? So tickets go on sale and they sell out like immediately, the pre-sale. I couldn't get in. Everyone was trying to get the confirmation. I was pissed off. I just went and took a nap. And then I woke up to a text with a ticket from my girlfriend. She said happy birthday. So I was like, okay, this is one of the all-time moves ever pulled. And so she hasn't even moved to the East Coast. So it was just one ticket. I went alone and met up with some guys from work. I met up with Chuck and Nate and Feidelberg also showed up from Barstool last minute. They bought tickets, like came in 3 songs into the set and had the time of their lives. But it was from the time like I parked and started walking to the garden. I was wearing an Oasis shirt, of course, and a bunch of people were just like pointing to it immediately. Let's go. The environment was like it was for a concert before COVID, and everyone was just excited for the rock show. There was the buzz about Queens of the Stone Age or Mick Jagger. There were like rumors about that. We were all kind of looking forward to that. I was kind of listening to Queens of the Stone Age all week, getting ready. They did not have an opener. Foo Fighters took the stage at like 8:05 ish, played till 11. They opened with Times Like These, and they did the super slow, emotional version until they kick in at the end. And that moment when the full band kicked in was all time. Like the whole floor, I was on the GA floor, the whole floor was bouncing, and he even got choked up like singing it. I would assume it had to do with the death of their stage manager happened 2 days before the show. Like, they dedicated the show to him. He kind of alluded to him before they played My Hero. He said, there were a lot of people that helped us get to this spot. I'd be remiss not to mention them. I think, you all know. And then they went right into it. But out of the 3 Foo Fighters shows I've been to, is by far the best. The crowd was going so insane. I was jumping up and down like I was at like a show in Argentina or something. And it was just deep cuts. Aurora they played, which, like, are you kidding me? Aurora. They played Arlandria, which is one of my favorite. They played a ton from Wasting Light, which is my favorite Foo Fighters album. So I loved that. The new stuff sounded really good. I thought Shame Shame, which is actually like probably my least favorite song on the new album, sounded awesome live. They did this like rock and roll breakdown by the end of it. And like you alluded to, there were some surprises, like Dave Chappelle took the stage.
Would you please welcome our lead vocals, Dave Chappelle's gonna come out and sing us.
You figure, all right, this is a big Foo Fighters show. Dave Grohl likes to get these viral moments, these big things. So we all kind of expected who's going to be the surprise. And the way he introed him, he was like, listen, I know a lot of Daves, but this one Dave is the coolest. He's the best. And he's going to come up and sing with us.
Here's White Sox Dave.
Like, your mind
what if I got
straight,
out there?
Oh my God. I would have had an aneurysm in the crowd. Nirvana
Who the fuck is
reference,
this
no
asshole?
pun intended. I started like, going through like, do I know like Dave singers? Who's he gonna bring out right now? And then he fucking said Dave Chappelle. And we were like, what's going on right now? What is he going to sing lead vocals on? It was Creep by Radiohead. I don't know why he picked that song, but it worked. And the whole crowd is belting it. It was crazy.
Dave Chappelle covers Creep by Radiohead with Foo Fighters. Are you fucking kidding me? What a sentence.
First show in the world post-pandemic. Like, imagine repeating that sentence like 18 months ago. You'd be like, this is a
what
fucking
the fuck you talking about, you assholes? So, hey, Bob.
And if you're wondering how Dave Chappelle sings, close your eyes, think about it. That's exactly how he sings.
Just like, because he's got one of the most distinguishable voices ever. And I was wondering, because I have not seen the video yet. I'll watch it right after we're done recording or whatever. But I kept thinking all day when I heard that he came on stage, I'm like, he can't sing, can he?
It was
like,
Foo Fighters karaoke. It was straight up Foo Fighters karaoke. he made it work, kind of like talked his way through the verses and then let the crowd take the
For
chorus.
sure.
And you could see on the big screen the look on his face kind of changed by the chorus, where he's like, all right, this is pretty fucking cool. I'm up here. The whole crowd's belting it. You know, obviously the crowd was so lively all night. They played for 3 hours. And by the time they were doing the encore, they did the Bee Gees cover, the DGs. That was awesome. People were still moving, people were still singing, dancing, and Everlong was as loud as it could ever be. There was one guy, there was a video of it. I didn't see this live. Someone tried to stage dive during Best of You and ate shit like Jack Black at the beginning of School of Rock. Like the Red Sea parted on this guy. And then like he dropped, and apparently some like big Jack dude was pissed about it. So he grabbed the guy and threw him right over the guardrail to security. Like it was the Royal Rumble or something. Right over the top rope.
You know that dude's been waiting for like the last 18 months to get back to his show. He's like first show back.
Big dude too. He was like maybe 250. Like he was a big dude. So like I don't know what he was thinking stage diving, but it was truly one of the best shows I've ever been to. So, like one of the best environments of a show that you could ever ask for. Just that packed Madison Square Garden first show back after.
And you guys are at 100%, right?
100%. Yeah. It was a vaccination show, which caused for protests outside.
Of course. Yeah.
I was going to bring this up.
Signs, yeah.
So a friend of me and Kenny's, Jam and Jesse from Alt 1045 in Philadelphia, went to the show. And she brought her own protest signs before and stood in the crowd with a sign that said "Hail Satan." And
I love that.
And she was like getting booed and shit by all these like weirdos who were outside protesting. And she's just standing there with this big ass sign that just says "Hail Satan" in like all tie dye. Dude, she is the fucking goat. I let her know that too. I hit her up. But I mean, Bob, was it everything you hoped it could have been? Like, was the environment what you thought it would be?
Everything I hoped it could have been. Like, it was that feeling at the end of a concert where you're buzzing and like you immediately want to call everyone you know and tell them about the set list and tell them like, oh shit, they played this and Dave forgot the lyrics to Monkey Wrench. It was the funniest thing in the world. Like there were so many moments during the show like that where it was just like, this is crazy. They played Somebody to Love instead of, usually they do Under Pressure, where Dave will get on drums, Taylor will sing, or maybe Taylor stays. But Dave got on drums for Somebody to Love, and just seeing Dave Grohl play drums will never get old to me. And they crushed that. They have the 3 female backup singers now. So like it was perfect for the band. And your boy Chris Shiflett crushed the solo all night. He was ripping it apart. But yeah, it was everything I hoped it could have been, really.
It's fun to watch them become the ambassadors of like rock and roll for kids now. Like, you know what I mean? Like they've kind of taken that step to not legacy act because they're still making music, but like they're the next classic rock band. So
definitely,
either way, I'm glad we have boots on the ground.
The set list is still what you would expect. You know, they throw in the songs from the new album. They throw in, like I said, like some deep cuts for the special show, but they're always going to play the hits, and I'm always fine with that. I'll go see the Foo Fighters 100 times. I don't care.
How pissed would you have been if you showed up and they just played the new album? Like it's like a new album.
That would have been tough.
That would have fucking blown.
That's always been my biggest beef with John Mayer at his shows. Like he's good live, but like he'll play like maybe 2 songs from like Continuum. And like he'll get them out right away, and like the crowd's not quite into it yet. You know,
MGMT is the same way. They haven't played the hits in years.
So fucked up.
I've only seen Billy Joel once, and he did play Piano Man, but I've heard he doesn't play Piano Man at all his shows because he's so fucking sick of playing Piano Man.
If I was Billy Joel, I'd put a fucking gun on my mouth every time I went to go play Piano Man. I'd be having PTSD. Like he probably gets that like every goddamn day.
Every day.
I mean, come on. He plays one show a month. You could play fucking Piano Man once a month, Billy Joel.
He has to like
no offense
mentally.
To Billy Joel.
He has to mentally like psych himself. He was like, Billy, it's one song. Just get out there and do it.
I thought he could have been like a surprise guest last night. He's the fucking king of MSG, right? Like,
yeah.
I was like, he comes out, they do Still Rock and Roll to Me or something.
All right, listen, man. I'm just happy that shows are back, Rob. I'm glad you were there, and I'm glad you got to share with us.
Last time I was on this show, you guys said like, who's the band you would want to see post pandemic, and I said Foo Fighters.
You did say
I got to live my dream. I manifested that shit.
Kenny's sickened right now.
Yeah,
Kenny's... I know. I remember what he said last time. Yeah, he was bummed out about that take last time.
No. Yes and no. It's more like, listen. Do I want to see another fucking Dave Grohl documentary? Fuck no. Do I want to see him produce another band? Whatever. Fuck no. Am I interested in an MSG sold out post-pandemic 3-hour fucking rockin' show? Fuck yeah. Like, do I know who can do that? Dave Grohl and the Foo Fighters. They're like, don't take it full hate. It's,
Let's give Robbie his props for manifesting something into reality because he really did do that. It was amazing.
He honestly did.
He did. He made this happen.
I don't know how it happened, but it happened. And my favorite fan interaction of the night, or like anyone interaction, there were some people coming up to me at the Oasis shirt. There were some Barstool fans there which were cool. And one guy just came right up to me, huge, like bulky dude. And he just goes like this. And he had like a super faded Rebel Alliance tattoo. And he pointed to it and he nodded and he just kept walking. Didn't say a word to me. It was amazing. I was like, that's my favorite interaction I've ever had with anyone.